Yeah.
What do you got going on, dude?
Just another Friday.
Another Friday, another day of living the dream. We've lived like the dream all week, right?
That's right.
So yeah, let's just kind of go over what we're going to do for this Friday live stream. It is November 10th, 2023. Keith, take it away.
Well, we got a lot to talk about. We got our demo coming up here, and we're actually going to talk about a old program that's been there for a long time, Windows Paint, and
yes, old Windows Paint.
Got an upgrade. So talk about that.
That's right.
And,
yeah, got a real cool upgrade.
And we'll also talk about just some of the Hibbett Report stuff that we normally do. Digital product Greg's been working on.
Yes, working very hard all week on it. 9 months working hard on it. It's my baby. Literally 9 months.
That's right. And then you had Performance Blues on the list. We'll get into that as well.
Yes, that was yesterday. Yep, yesterday.
And then we had a custom computer come in, and we'll go over what that looked like and what kind of things we can do to help out with that.
That's right. So we're real excited to have you this week. Thanks for joining us. And we're just going to kind of move into the so-called demo. So, Microsoft Paint got like an update. Now, if you have Windows 11, it's called 23H2. So you have to have like a relatively recent computer. My computer is like 4 years old-ish. My one on my desk that I use every day. And it was on the cusp of being able to get it. Yours was not, right? You couldn't get 23H2.
I couldn't get 23H2.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know what 23H2 is, what is 23H2?
It's just a Microsoft update. They do it twice a year. 23 stands for the year. H2 is I think it means
second half of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, so they do it like that. But that's just the most current available update from Microsoft, and that's where a lot of this new stuff that we've been previewing with the AI stuff is coming into. So.
And your computer's just like slightly older than mine is. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, maybe I bumped mine on the side of the head and made it work. I don't know. But I got 23H2 on my computer. And it includes like Copilot, and that's like a feature that's been slowly getting rolled out to machines that qualify for it. If you have like a really old machine, sorry, your computer doesn't have the hardware in order to take it. So there are some advantages to rotating your equipment out over time, particularly if you're a business. If you're a home user, and you just want to have all the new fun stuff, you got to have a newer computer. And so we're going to get into that. So with the Copilot that we got on this machine here, we ended up having Microsoft Paint. And when we originally did a little demo of the Copilot product that's just come out with Microsoft 365, this wasn't something that was available because they're really slow with like trickling out some of these things because it's still in preview. Eventually it'll be general release and everybody will get it that has 23H2, that has a relatively recent computer. But let's take a look at that. So you'll see up here, there is like a new icon called Co-Creator. How about that?
Co-Creator.
So what Co-Creator is it's like a back end for DALL-E 3, I think it is. And what it gives you the ability to do is to type in what in AI they call a prompt. So I'm going to click on that. And, because we have not done this one yet, it wants us to sign in. So we will sign in with one of my accounts. I do have my phone down here. Bear with me. got to know that there's going to be some sort of a hiccup anytime that we do a live stream. We can do this practice upstairs prior to the show, but when you do a demo, it's the rules. Gotta lock in. Oh, better use .us. It's not going to let me use that because it's not a Microsoft personal account. Hopefully I have the right password. Oh my goodness. Email me. I have two-factor authentication on everything. It just makes sure that all of my accounts are secure. I don't want anybody getting into my stuff, any of my personal and private stuff. So you need to be doing that too. Going to said email. It is giving me a code. And because I'm not wearing my glasses because I don't want to shine in the lens, security code is like longer. Look at that one.
Oh, yeah, that's normal. 7. Okay, 7 numbers.
No, I thought it was only 6. 6, 6, 6, 6. 4 6s, 1, 2, 2. And you can see that because it's a one-time use thing. Oh my gosh. Let's hope I got this one right. So the rules are that you have to have a Microsoft account. It can't be a work or business account. It has to be a personal account at this time. I noticed that when I was working with another program called Clipchamp, which is for video editing, it's kind of like a pretty cheesy little thing, that you can use a work account. But again, they're rolling some of these features out slowly. Programmers are programming as fast as they can. And you'll see over here that this is in preview. So they give you kind of like some sort of a thing to think about to like make a prompt. So what's a prompt, Keith?
Well, we can just pretty much tell it whatever we want, and it's going to make a picture. So let's just tell it. Let's have a cat arm wrestling a shark.
Okay. Cat arm wrestling. Whoops. Let me see if I can type here. And where do we want them to be doing that?
Let's do it on the moon.
On the moon. And you'll see down here there's like a style kind of deal. Gives us some styles. There's only 9 right now, but it's in preview for crying out loud. What style would you like? It would like digital art, oil painting, watercolor, photorealistic, anime.
Let's do it in anime.
Okay. And then all you do is click the create button. You see that I've done like 14 other pictures. It only gives me like 50 a day. Because it does use resources from like shared services. And it is free at this time. So it'll give us some examples here. That does not look like a shark.
It's in preview.
Yeah, it is in preview. A cat arm wrestling a shark. That's a cat arm wrestling a cat. So it's not like ChatGPT where you can, I always get like a little bit of humor out of it because I can go, you can do better. You need to put a shark in the picture. we'll burn up another one of my uses. Where is the shark? Yeah, this doesn't work like interview style, like the chat kind of, because it's really not chat, is it?
No, I don't think it is.
You just sort of got to describe it. There is our shark. How about that?
Perfect.
That looks like Jamie. I'm going to save that one. In case you guys don't know, Jamie is my baby kitty that I love very much. Hey, Jennifer,
Yes.
come up with something. I'll add to it.
Well, today's the Marine Corps birthday.
Okay. So what about what should we do?
Can you try doing a birthday poster?
Okay, birthday poster for the Marine Corps. Your husband was a Marine, was he not?
He was.
So what style would you like this in? Would you like it in watercolor, oil painting, digital art, photorealistic?
Let's do oil painting.
All right. We'll make it generate it. So this is a lot of funning it. You know, there are other more productive ways to use generative AI. Oh, it only gave us one. That looks pretty Russian to me. Ugh, comrade. That's terrible. Let's try adding the words United States. Happy whatever that is. He's got a lazy eye too. Notice that? It does not do text very well. Yeah, that's pretty awful. Without text. Let's see if we can do photorealistic just for
Yeah.
giggles. Because it has been in the past pretty good with photorealistic stuff. But you could play with this all day long. Evidently, it was not listening to me. That sort of looks like birthday. If you were drunk.
It's in preview.
That's in preview, yeah. And, you know, honestly, this stuff, as advanced as it is, it's still freaking amazing that it can actually do that. You and I were playing a little bit earlier. Let's just play some. 45, wasn't it? President number 45.
Try that, yeah.
So, President 45 of the United States, what were they doing? He was admonishing Congress, was he not?
Yeah.
Admonishing Congress. Whoops. From a podium in January. Whether you're left or right leaning, I don't care. This is funny stuff. Takes a couple minutes for it to do its thing. Well, heck.
Pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close. But you can't, we did learn that you cannot say Donald Trump, or you cannot like name a Joe Biden or anybody specific. It goes like, those are like banned words because it doesn't want to do. Remember how we did like, what was that? Character in the movie that we did the other week. We did it in, we did it when we were kind of demoing the Bing Copilot.
I can't remember who it was.
Scarlett Johansson.
No, well, no, she wouldn't come up because she's a real person. It was the dude at Napoleon
Dynamite.
Dynamite, yeah. Like we could take a character, but we couldn't,
Yeah.
name a specific person. It'll go like, I can't do that. And it's honestly to like protect the people, so that they're not having their name and likeness, faked and dragged through the mud. Although there are other services that will allow you to do that. This is just not one of them. So anyways, that was kind of some of the fun that we had, like just messing around. It's our demo for the week. Hopefully we can bring you something a little bit more useful next time. But yeah, we were just kind of doing that for fun in this week. Not a whole lot, just this afternoon, because we don't get a whole lot of time to play, do we, Keith?
No.
Especially not yesterday. Yesterday we had like performance blues yesterday. I have a client, in another state that we work with, and they're an accountant, and they have a lot of people that use the same server. And sometimes things just don't go as they are planned. And somebody was using a lot of resources from the computer that they all share. And so I spent how much time yesterday figuring
no
it
idea.
out? Well,
Most of the morning.
yeah, and part of the afternoon. And then finally I made all my changes, and I said, you got to wait till the nightly reboot, because you can't reboot some of these things during the day because they got work to do and you don't want to lose their stuff in the middle of the day. It worked out in the end. Today, it didn't go too bad, other than their ISP dropped at 12:55 today for like a minute. And I get like a little message in my thing. It's like, we got disconnected. Yeah, I see that. But these things happen. Technology is not perfect. It's made by humans, subject to fail like humans, right?
Exactly right.
There's nothing perfect, including me. None of us are perfect. So yeah, that was kind of an exciting thing. And then a lot of the work that I had to do this week had to do with where we've talked over the last few months about the written information security policy stuff that we've done, where we've put together a program so companies can have a plan for cybersecurity. But then we've also bolted on some cyber training. And we called it the Cybersecurity Toolkit. So it's a digital product, but then you also have to have a way of selling a digital product online, right? Mm-hmm. So aside from advertising something properly, you also have to have a way of being able to get somebody to have a place to put their credit card in to buy the product. And so I've done all the hard work in the back end to make everything work. But that's no good unless somebody actually is going to buy my product. And so part of this week's work was to actually come up with a shopping cart where people can comfortably and securely put their credit card in and get all of the cybersecurity training for their entire company. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about like the Secure Now stuff that we've included in the cyber security toolkit?
Yeah, it's it's pretty nice. It's a little platform that has cybersecurity training, has cybersecurity documents and policies that are available that you can use for your company. The part that we really like about it is that you sign up and enroll, and then you get a weekly email with just a little bit of training, just a short 2-3 minute video with a short little quiz, just a couple questions that, hey, just so you're aware of different things that are cybersecurity to make you cyber aware. So, this week's was about malware and, different things like, some of them are true, false questions. Some of them are yes, no. Some of them, they're just short, little, easy, multiple choice questions that you answer, and then you get a little score at the end. And what's nice is you can actually see your score on your little dashboard, and that kind of makes it a competition between people in the company. So you can see, oh, my score is better than yours, or, the manager can say, well, your score is not doing very well. What can we do to help your score? Maybe take another cybersecurity training, micro training course, or maybe watch the big course so you can kind of get a little bit more sense of awareness on what to be looking out for, whether it's a phishing email, whether it's something that looks like malware, just different things that can help you become cyber aware so you can protect yourself and so the business can stay protected as well.
Yeah, so there's like a little bit of both going on. So a little bit for the management side, a little bit for the employee side. But the whole idea is to make it so it's not boring, so that it's effective, doesn't take up a lot of your time because everybody's got work to do from their regular job. And your job, in a small way, is cybersecurity. You need to be aware and cognizant of what you need to do and don't do. However, you still have to get your regular job done. So this has been kind of a really big project that I've worked on. It's been kind of a little bit of a passion project. Kind of sucks up a lot of my time. But again, in order to provide it, we have to create a shopping cart. So I do a little bit of homework. And we're going to go back to my computer here. And hopefully I didn't shut the... there we go. And so I looked at like several, these are just 3 of them that I looked at for a shopping cart. And one of them, this is the one that I landed on, but we'll kind of go through a few of them. I did ThriveCart, which is like a pay once, because I'm really tired, like most people, of paying month to month for stuff. And this was kind of like a little breath of fresh air for me. It's like, oh, I can pay one fee, and it wasn't terrible cheap, but it still was affordable, but I only have to pay for it once. And how their thing works is that, they come out with modules and like, do you need this? Do you need that? Do you need the other thing? And, but it's all pay one price kind of deal. And because I'm going to be providing the cybersecurity training that has the component of video built into it, we are actually going to be building out some training to go along with how do you do a written information security plan. That'll be included in this, but that can be a module that I do later. But I only pay for it once. So that was really the driver for me. I did look at SamCart, and SamCart is a great tool. Don't get me wrong. In fact, I had it for a little bit. And I actually, for their online marketing, they have a really good sub company called CreatorU. So if you're one of those people that wants to monetize your creations, CreatorU might be a good thing for you to look at online, creatoru.com. And I am a member of CreatorU, but I chose not to use SamCart because it is one of those things where you pay every month. So I wanted to like start out with some of just the very basics to get my product off of the ground. And then I looked at ClickFunnels, which is kind of like an all-in-one deal where it has so many things built into it. It is your entire sales process all in one. But we have other tools that meet the need for us. Like we actually use HubSpot for our marketing stuff. And I didn't feel that duplicating it for the price with ClickFunnels. It works for a lot of people, don't get me wrong. And it is a good product, don't get me wrong. But I chose like to go to ThriveCart because it did only cost me one time. So with the ThriveCart as well, I got a it's called Learn Plus. And Learn Plus gives me the ability to serve up courses. The only side effect of that is that it does not host your videos. So we could host our videos on YouTube on a private link, but I'm thinking that I might have to look for some other place to host it because we don't want people getting advertisements, if you're not a YouTube premium member, in the middle of something that they've already paid for. So that's coming as like a second thing, like my own content for training, but it'll eventually come. Pretty excited about that. So that was one of the things that I spent a great deal of time on. I wrote all of the copy for my sales page, and I know who I'm going to be marketing it to. And next week, I'm going to be turning it over to Tara so that she can be embellishing it. I've put like the copy on there, so I know what I want to say, but there are things like the graphics that make it more appealing. So if you're one of those people that's like wanting to sell a digital product or whatever, and you just have questions, hit me up. I'm not going to say that I'm successful, but I might be a little further down the road. Or maybe you have a great idea for me. I'm all ears. If you've got a great idea on how to do a better job of your digital marketing, give me a holler. I'm the without any more money kind of guy. I want to do it, but I can't spend any more money on it. I have time to spend some time because we got projects coming up next week. But yeah, that was the exciting stuff that I had go on. And then we had a person come in the other day with a computer that sort of looked like a stormtrooper, didn't it?
A little bit. Yeah, that was interesting. We had a custom-built computer that had come in and the guy couldn't get his computer to turn on. And, we kind of just talked about, well, how'd you get it? No, somebody built it for me. They're from Australia, and they shipped it over here, and, they packaged it real good. It was filled with bubble wrap on the inside and all this extra stuff to protect your packaging during shipping. And, he said that when the guy made it for him, it worked, and he gets it and it doesn't work. So he brings it to us. And so we're looking at it and, well, did you try this? Did you try that? And try all this? He's like, yeah, I tried all that. It's like, okay, well, I guess we can check it in and see what we can do for you. Custom built computers are kind of one of those things where, we typically service business computers here. So we're pretty good at a lot of stuff, but when people are building their own computers, it's probably a good idea to know what you're doing and how to build these things yourself. If you're buying it from somebody else, that's fine. But, one of the problem that we're running into with is, we can get the motherboard, but then it comes into the part of replacing it. And that's where the labor comes in. And so, our labor is $150 an hour. And, I got the approval to go ahead and move forward. And so he paid for the motherboard, and we're just waiting on his shipping. So, we're waiting 3 to 4 weeks for shipping on just the part. And then we got the labor on top of that. And just to take the motherboard out took almost a little over an hour. And, I told you the things come out pretty easy, but putting them back in, it's going to be a little bit difficult. It's going to take a little bit longer. And so that's why, you're looking at 3 to 4 hours of labor, and that's where the cost comes in. And it's one of those things he's thinking about, man, that's very expensive. And I was like, well, I offered for you to do it yourself, and you didn't want to, and you wanted to pay us to do it, and that's what it costs. So when you're building or you're even using a gaming computer, it's probably a good idea to invest a little bit of time into learning how to install these parts. I mean, I took out probably 15 or more pins that go plugged onto the motherboard. There was 2 fans connected to the motherboard. There was a video card. There was RAM. There was all this stuff that's attached to the motherboard. And that's why it takes so much time. And, you might want to think about learning how to do that if you're one of those people that does like gaming computers. That way you're not spending a whole bunch of money having somebody else do it when you could learn how to do it yourself. And then, in the future, when you do your next gaming computer, you have a point of reference where you can, build from. It's like, oh, on my last computer, I did this. Maybe I need to do this again on this computer, or maybe you'll learn something new and then not have to spend, $500 or more just having to pay somebody to do that for you.
Yeah, gaming computers are a little crazy. When you when it comes down to it, and that's kind of like why we don't sell gaming computers, because there are just so many nuances involved. Although I was sort of drooling over the RTX video card that was on there. And one of the reasons that I've been drooling over it is because it actually has AI built into it. It's an NVIDIA RTX card. And, has the ability to, like, if I was to move, the AI will actually, like, crop and move digitally the camera, kind of like as if I was to have a cameraman or camera woman, handling the camera. But, we're replacing the motherboard, but, that is an educated guess, so we're hoping to hell that it's the motherboard. But you had taken the video card off and it was not displaying without the video card with the onboard video. So, when we're troubleshooting, a lot of this stuff has to be done through like deductive reasoning. If you can't get something to display, you can't run the diagnostic tools that we have to test it out. Back in the day, I used to have a card that you could put but it wasn't even beeping when you turned it on. So you weren't getting a power on self-test beep. So that's like when you have something normal come up where it does the quick beep. It's not doing like a lot of motherboards when they're not working. They'll do the beep code where they do like long, short, or whatever code, and then you can look it up and go, oh, okay, let's try reseating the CPU. You weren't even getting that. So deductively reasoning, I think you're probably right. But, we're hoping to heck, that we're on the right track. You're just better off for the money that it's going to cost him to get this fixed, he would have been better off to go to Alienware and buy, like a gaming computer with the spec that he had. Or, there are all kinds of third-party stateside, but this was a friend, right?
I said it was a friend.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm wishing everybody luck. We're going to do our best, to help them out. Hopefully it all turns out, and we'll let you know in a future episode. So at this time, I guess, wow, how did time fly?
Always does.
Crazy stuff, yeah. Yeah, I was talking to one of my clients, and she goes, how is it almost Christmas? It's 2 weeks from now, Thanksgiving. How'd that happen? But with that aside, let's just kind of go into our sponsored ad, and then we'll dance our way out of here pretty soon. The Residential Protection Plan by HonorBound IT is the best support and service for home computer users. You get top-notch antivirus, backup, and remote support. Plus, if you need in-store service, it's free. Visit us at 109 Norris Avenue, McCook, or call 877-686-6642. Your digital peace of mind starts here. All right, Jennifer, we have like cat logic. How do you read that, seeing that I'm not wearing my glasses?
Cat logic. What I see is an empty bowl, a full bowl, and a half full bowl. What my cat sees is an empty bowl, a full bowl, and another empty bowl.
That's true. If you have cats, you will understand that. Is your cat the same way, Keith?
Oh yeah, they like
Yeah.
it when the bowl is full, and if it's
Yeah.
half full, it's not full at all.
As long as if they don't see like a little bit of like the bottom of the bowl, they're all good. But nah, anything other than that, not so much.
Sneaky little cats.
All right, time to celebrate our way out of here, dude.
Cue the music.
Yeah. Happy day.
That's right.
Yeah, we don't chair dance very well, but we stopped doing it because we embarrassed Tara.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shuffle.
We're gonna do it anyways. Love you, Tara. So what do you got going on this weekend, dude? Anything? Anything fun?
Nope, just
No?
normal weekend. Nothing fancy.
I'm gonna work. I'm gonna go up to the lodge and put in one of the networking gears things that I did today.
Exciting stuff.
And then it's my brother Adam Wolford's birthday. He's turning 40.
Well, happy birthday.
So, 7 p.m. tomorrow, I'll be up at the lodge and enjoying a little bit of time with my brothers and his family and friends. And we're looking forward to that. Exciting day. Going to take Peggy to lunch tomorrow at Citadeli.
Very nice.
And Jennifer, what do you got going on?
Well, we have family in town because it's opening weekend for hunting. Rifle season.
And what is the season this time around?
Rifle season for deer.
Gotcha. All right. So thank you so very much for joining us this week. And next week, be sure to join us. We'll have all kinds of fun frivolity and shenanigans. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great